Welcome back to Lariat TV News. This week, an organization took on a creative way to raise money for their philanthropy. I'm Riley Painter.
And I'm Marin Small. Before we get into that story, Baylor's chapter of Turning Point USA is hosting high-level speakers.
Turning Point USA, the political nonprofit founded by the late Charlie Kirk, is bringing its tour, This is the Turning Point, to campus this spring. LTVN's Jacob Stowers spoke with the presidents of the College Democrats, College Republicans, and the president of Baylor's chapter of Turning Point USA to hear how students on both sides of the aisle feel about the stop.
Turning Point USA, the nonprofit organization founded by the late Charlie Kirk, announced that they will be holding an event on Baylor's campus featuring President Trump's son, Donald Trump Jr., Department of Homeland Security Secretary Tom Homan, and right-wing political commentator Benny Johnson on April 22nd at Waco Hall. Since the announcement, the student body have made their voices heard.
I know a lot of folks in the Waco community have been responding, and I've heard a lot of rumblings of like, hey, like, we are not like pro this message. Like, there are a lot of progressive folks in Waco who are down to pull up and do something about it. And so we're trying to kind of harness that energy, which I think is really productive.
Lindsay Flanagan, the president of College Republicans at Baylor, another conservative organization on campus, had this to say regarding right-leaning students.
The general sentiment on campus and from my own members is excitement. We're happy to have such big-name conservative speakers come to campus, engage with them, and we're so grateful that TPUSA set up this opportunity for us.
While the TPUSA tour stop has been controversial among the student body and broadly in the Waco community, Baylor's Turning Point chapter is looking forward to the speakers coming to campus to share their beliefs.
Try as they might, this event's going to happen no matter how hard everyone tries to stop it. And I look forward to the opposition to it. I look forward to the protests. I look forward to all of it, because you know what? That means more debate, more discourse. And I hope a lot of the people who disagree with us come to this event.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Jacob Stowers.
Zeta Tau Alpha brought students together Wednesday for a cause, hosting its annual Pia Press philanthropy event. The event seeks to raise money and awareness for breast cancer. I was there to tell you all about it. Today at Fountain Mall, members of Zeta Tau Alpha and other on-campus organizations are taking pies to the face for a cause, raising money to support those affected by breast cancer. Held every spring on Fountain Mall, Pia Press has become a Baylor tradition. This year's event is the largest yet, with more than 96 campus organizations involved. With pies costing just $3, all proceeds go directly towards breast cancer research, awareness, and education.
This event is so much more than just pieing presidents. It truly is an initiative to end breast cancer, and our part is so small because so many women unfortunately get breast cancer. We are proud to represent those women.
Zeta Tau Alpha's philanthropy efforts have made a major impact nationally, donating $1.75 million over the past 2 years. The organization partners with the Think Pink Foundation to ensure every dollar raised supports the fight against breast cancer, a disease that affects 1 in 8 women in their lifetime.
Our philanthropy, every single bit of the money goes back towards breast cancer research, education, and awareness through the Think Pink Foundation.
Beyond fundraising, the event highlights the power of community as students across campus come together to support a shared mission while also enjoying a lighthearted tradition.
I decided to come out to support Pia Press to spread breast cancer education and awareness to make 1 in 8 none of it.
The event not only raises money but also unites the Baylor community in the fight against breast cancer, showing how even small acts can make a big impact. For Lariat TV News, I'm Marin Small.
With March Madness in full swing, Baylor students are excited to pay attention to their brackets and watch the iconic college basketball tournament. Both NCAA men's and women's basketball will have 68 teams competing for the national championship this year. For the fans, it's a season that's never the same as the last, where anything can happen and anybody can win. March Madness started on March 19th for men and March 20th for women, with the championship games being hosted April 5th for women and April 6th for men.
Madness isn't a word. I think the madness is just what unites people, because it's just the craziness and the atmospheres and like the fact that a team that no one thinks has a chance to win can make a crazy run. And it's just like piques everyone's interest, right? Like everyone wants to see an upset anyways. So it just unites everyone in that way.
Recycling bins are being added across Baylor's campus, aimed at making sustainability more accessible for students. LTVN Savannah Ford has more.
New green bins are appearing across Baylor's campus, giving students more opportunities to separate their waste. From residence halls to academic buildings, these updated stations are designed to reduce what ends up in landfills.
I think that adding more recycling bins onto campus is a really great way for students to be able to recycle a little bit easier. So having more trash cans and recyclable bins, it decrease the different litter that's on campus, increases students' awareness. When I see a recyclable area, it is more likely for me to be able to recycle something like a bottle, a paper plate, plastic forks, knives, things like that.
These additions are part of a broader effort to encourage more sustainable habits in everyday routines.
I think it's a really great way to not only raise awareness, but kind of make a subconscious habit for students. So when you have these resources really easily available to you, it makes a student 10 times more likely to actually recycle rather than just dumping everything that they have in the trash.
With more accessible options across campus, students and faculty have more opportunities to take small steps that contribute to a larger impact.
I think it's more wary, they're big. So I think it's hopefully pretty obvious that, you have more trash cans and recycles around and you can actually throw stuff away instead of just throwing it on the floor. I've seen people do that a lot and it's kind of sad because we have a nice campus. So.
As these new bins continue to roll out, they are not just about convenience, but about building more responsible habits across campus. For Lariat TV News, I'm Savannah Ford.
A local organization that supports Central Texas veterans is expanding its services. The Heart of Texas Behavioral Health Network's Veterans One Stop recently unveiled a new barbershop and salon designed specifically for veterans. LTVN's Abby Roper has more.
Whether it's a clean shave or a new haircut, this new addition to the Veterans One Stop is aiming to serve Central Texas veterans in a new way.
The new space will offer free haircuts and grooming services, provided by licensed barbers and beauticians who are donating their time. Leaders at the Veterans One Stop say the project has been years in the making, creating a new solution to a need they saw for local veterans.
One of the things that makes life a little bit better for anyone, veteran or not, if you got a clean shave, clean clothes, which we have the shower and bath next to us, clean shave, clean clothes, it makes you just a little more respectful of yourself inside. And if you can do that much for a person, it helps their mental health tremendously.
The services are in addition to the other resources they provide, such as education, therapy, and support opportunities. The barbershop is a new way to remove barriers and help veterans feel confident and supported.
There's obviously a need. And with the rising costs of just caring for yourself and grocery costs and those kinds of things, it's obviously something that's going to be warranted, needed. So we know that it's something that will be used.
The barbershop and salon will be open twice a month to start, with local technicians offering up their services to give back to the veteran community.
And with the response that we're getting for it so far, we think it's going to be a great success, and it was a great addition to what we already have here. And it's called the Veterans One Stop, and that's what we try to do. It's a one-stop shop for nearly everything a veteran may need.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Abby Roper.
Coming up next, the Mayborn Museum is debuting a new exhibit focused on historical Native American inhabitants in Waco.
And a Korean fried chicken restaurant is opening in Hewitt. Keep it here.
I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. I'll never get used to this. This is how I wanna live. This is how I wanna live. Forever we'll be singing like, oh, I'll never get used to this.
The Mayborn Museum is introducing a new exhibit at the end of April, which will celebrate and honor the Indian tribes that once lived on the Waco lands. LTVN's Owen Carson has more.
The Mayborn Museum's new exhibit, Cultural Crossroads, which honors Native American tribes, will provide members of the Waco community an opportunity to learn more about the tribes of Waco that once resided here.
Derek Ross, Tedi Tedi Waco Tatsak, Ashita Shitsak. My name is Derek Ross. I am Waco from the Wichita tribe. How are you all?
3.5 years ago, Baylor began making an effort to acknowledge the land that their university was founded on, both as an opportunity to show respect, but also as an opportunity to teach people in the Waco community.
And so I think it's important today because it was only 3 or 4 years ago that Baylor made a land acknowledgement. So really we're at the early stages of the education that can be done. So it's really incredible that we're allowed to build this grass house at this point.
People attending will be able to visualize the way that the tribes of Waco once lived, but also how they acted in their day-to-day lives.
It's really important to educate Baylor students and faculty in the community here in Texas, not just on grass houses from way back history, but also on what the tribe is doing today and where we are today, because a lot of times when people think about Indians or Indian culture, we're only thinking about the past and we're not thinking about the present or the future.
For Lariat TV News, I'm Owen Carson.
Drivers across the country are feeling the pain at the pump as gas prices continue to rise. Experts say the recent spike is being driven by higher oil prices and global conflicts in the Middle East, where much of the world's oil supplies is concentrated. The national average for a gallon of gas has jumped rapidly over the past few weeks, rising more than 10% since the start of March. In Texas, drivers are also seeing the prices go up, with a state average cost of $3.48 a gallon.
The price of gas in the United States is based on global oil prices, so we can't separate that from what's going on in other countries. We will always be sharing a cost with other countries, even if they didn't agree to the war.
A new international grocery store is bringing flavors from around the world right here to Waco. Bazaar, located on West Waco Drive, offers a wide variety of global foods, giving the community access to cultures through cuisine. I have more on the story. For many in Waco, finding authentic international ingredients can be a challenge, but with the new opening of Bazaar, shoppers can find foods from different cultures all around the world in one store.
Food that we offer, you don't find that anywhere else. It's international food, and so a lot of it also comes from abroad and overseas, mostly from South Asia is what we have here. And so it's not food that you would generally find at any other department store or big box store. It's food that's unique to those areas, and we get it from there.
While the store brings new and unique flavors to Waco, it's built on decades of experience in the grocery business.
He's been in the grocery business for over like 50 years now, and so he wishes that even his future generations can take a part in this heritage and continue on.
The store has become more than just a business. It's a place where different cultures come together through food.
I think it can be really important for the community to bring lots of different types of diverse people together. And it's also a fun thing to do for people around. Like if you're bored, you can come here and try a new recipe and find something great. And it's just an overall nice thing to have in a community to bring people of diverse backgrounds together.
And Waco Bazaar is doing more than just filling shelves. It's bringing people together one culture and one meal at a time. For Lariat TV News, I'm Riley Painter.
Baylor University is recognizing Women's History Month with a discussion focused on health, journalism, and identity. The Department of History hosted a Body, Mind, Spirit Roundtable Thursday afternoon, bringing together faculty and graduate students to share insight and experiences. The event featured conversations on the role of American women in journalism and health. Panelists discussed how women have shaped both fields while also addressing ongoing challenges and progress. Organizers say the roundtable aimed to create a space for reflection, education, and dialogue as a part of Baylor's broader Women's History Month programming.
Baylor faculty and grad students are doing really interesting projects, and this is a way for us to communicate what we're working on and help the whole community get the benefit of our research. So we're not just writing for other specialists, but we're actually putting our knowledge out into the world to answer people questions may have, or questions people may have, or questions maybe they never even thought about.
A new restaurant is coming to the Waco area, and the story behind it is one of perseverance and faith. LTVN's Claire Marie Scott takes us to the cottage.
In this tiny kitchen, big things are happening. Husband and wife Ezra and Ellie Sohn are opening a Korean restaurant, Cottage, in Hewitt this month. Both Ezra and Ellie grew up around Korean food in New York City and never thought about opening a restaurant until Ezra experienced chronic back pain, leaving him homebound.
I'd have more time to, make her food, prepare her, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I found that it was a lot easier on my back to cook than actually to be sitting down and doing office work. And so that was part of the reason why I was wondering if, maybe cooking might be something that would be easier on my back.
After discovering their passion for cooking, the Sones got to work on recipes. They're planning to open their menu with Korean fried chicken and Korean corn dogs.
I've done more cooking than I've ever done in my life. And it also feels a little bit more like a research project at times, or like a science experiment. Because I'm just sticking to this one fried chicken or this one type of sauce, and I'm reiterating on it like 50, 75 times.
Ellie says faith has been a huge part of both the restaurant and Ezra's recovery process.
Seeing the fruit of Ezra's faithfulness and just his obedience. So yeah, sometimes when I come into this kitchen and I see all of this and I see our staff, I'm like, how did we get here?
As for Ezra's current back status, he is doing better, with his chiropractor calling his progress a miracle, but he is still limited in the amount of weight he can lift.
But for now, I am relying a lot on my wife, on the two chefs that we have. All the sweat is what they're doing, and so yeah, I'm just really grateful for them.
Cottage is currently being housed in the Veterans of Foreign Wars kitchen and is only offering curbside pickup, but is hoping to expand in their own facility in the near future.
Baylor's chamber singers filled the Armstrong Browning Library with music Thursday night during their spring concert. The ensemble performed a variety of choral pieces showcasing both their versatility and musical precision. The concert not only highlighted the group's talent, but also gave students the chance to earn recital credit while enjoying a night of live performance. The event created an engaging atmosphere that brought together music and the community.
It'll still be a good opportunity for us to experience some songs that people are familiar with, and I hope that they can take that same spirit of enjoying the music and singing it in some small way with us, as opposed to just watching.
Coming in sports, we're looking at women's basketball's day and the big dance.
And we recap all events you missed over spring break. Stay with us for your Baylor Athletic News.
Blessed are the catalysts, sparking invention from the unknown. Strong are the generous, taking up the call to serve the world. Needed are the peacemakers, seeking common ground for the common good. But don't worry, you can still be fierce on game days. The work you do is faith in action, fueled by the light burning inside you. The world needs who you were made to be. Dare to be you, indeed.
After falling short in the conference tournament, women's basketball has grabbed a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament. Joined by 6 other teams from the Big 12, the Bears are in Durham, North Carolina for the first 2 rounds. They will take on 11 seed Nebraska to open things up. Despite being a higher seed, the Bears are currently set as the underdog in the matchup. Nebraska has won 3 of their last 5 games and ended their season with a conference record of 7-11. Baylor is coming in having lost 3 out of the last 5, with the biggest note being the TCU loss to end the regular season and the loss to Colorado to send the Bears packing from Kansas City in the conference tournament. Tip-off is set for 1 p.m. on Friday. You can watch the game on ESPN. It's been a while since our last show, so let's catch you up on everything you might have missed.
Last week was a full week of non-stop sports action, so let's catch you up on everything Baylor athletics you might have missed over spring break. First, both men's and women's basketball closed out regular season play and each lost its first game of the Big 12 tournament. The women's team was awarded a 6th seed in the NCAA tournament, and the men accepted an invitation to play in the College Basketball Crown Tournament. Baseball went 5-2 over the break, including a series sweep of Air Force and a ranked win over then number 22 West Virginia in its conference opener. Softball began its Big 12 schedule with a 3-game sweep of Iowa State, then took down number 22 UCF twice to finish off a 6-1 run over the break. The Bears also cracked the top 25 for the first time all season, currently ranked number 24. Men's tennis had a historic week, first knocking off number 1 Ohio State, then winning 3 consecutive matches to win the UTR Collegiate Championship. Baylor is currently ranked number 8 in the nation. Women's tennis won all 4 of its Big 12 matches, improving its conference record to 5-1 on the year. Acrobatics and tumbling improved its win streak to 57 consecutive meets after a win over number 4 Iona, keeping up its number 1 ranking. Track and field had 3 entrants in the NCAA Indoor Championships and took home bronze in the 200-meter and 600-meter hurdles and 4th place in pole vault as well as All-America honors. Lastly, men's golf finished 2nd in the Sam Ryder Intercollegiate, its highest tournament finish in 2 years, and women's golf finished 10th in the Lady Luck Invitational, holding on to its number 23 ranking. For Lariat TV News, I'm Charlie Cole. Baylor softball hits the road south to take on number 2 Texas Friday. The Bears are coming off an 8-2 win over UCF, which secured their first series win over a ranked opponent since February 2024. The Longhorns are coming off a 15-6 win against Ole Miss, which increased their win streak to 24 games and tied the program record set in 2006. The last time the two teams played was March of last year when Texas won 4-0.
But, you know, we're pushing halfway through the season right now and played a lot of ball, so it's time to find out if, you know, we're really going to have the right mentality to compete at this level, because I think we've proven we have the talent to compete at it, but the mentality is a whole different thing, and I think that's probably the biggest accomplishment.
First pitch is set for 6:30. You can watch the game on ESPN+. On Tuesday, Baylor baseball took on Kansas State at home. Brooke Cranford has more from the game.
Baylor baseball fell 13-3 to number 24 Kansas State Tuesday.
They're good hitters. They're 3-1 count hitters. They can sit on a pitch, and when they got it, they didn't miss it. So we got to throw better strikes. We got to locate our stuff better, and we've got to continue to improve in that area. That's you know, we're going through a little rough stretch there right now.
The Bears kept the score tight in the bottom of the 5th when Robert De La Garza recorded 3 hits and 3 at-bats. Grace Murray later pitched 2 scoreless innings. Unfortunately, the Wildcats sealed the win at the end with 7 runs on 5 hits and 2 walks.
You know, I'm going to have to, obviously we have to think about it, because from our standpoint as a conference and our RPIs and stuff, when you play each other, you're going to go is 1-1, right? When you play somebody else, you have a chance to go 2-0.
Baylor hits the road to Stillwater for redemption over Oklahoma State Friday. For Lariat TV News, I'm Brooke Cranford.
Baseball is traveling to Stillwater Friday for a weekend series against Oklahoma State. The Bears are 11-9 on the season after a 3-game losing streak. They dropped their first Big 12 series to number 22 West Virginia last weekend and will now look to right the ship against a 14-7 Oklahoma State team. The Cowboys are 10-1 at home on the season, but have lost 3 of their last 5, getting swept by UCF. First pitch will be Friday at 6 p.m. as Baylor hopes to improve on its pitching, allowing 34 runs over its last 3 games.
We got to throw better strikes. We got to locate our stuff better, and we've got to continue to improve in that area. That's you know, we're going through a little rough stretch there right now.
Number 8 Baylor men's tennis is traveling over the weekend to take on number 15 Arizona and number 25 Arizona State to kick off conference play. The Bears are coming off their UTR Collegiate Championship win that ended with a victory over Pepperdine. Arizona is currently on a 9-match win streak, only dropping 1 point in its last 5 matches, and hold a home record of 8-1. Arizona State holds a 4-0 home record, but the Bears have a 10-3 all-time record against the Sun Devils. That wraps it up for sports this week. Be sure to stay up to date on all things Baylor athletics by following the Lariat on social media. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Charlie. That closes out our newscast this week. Make sure you're keeping up to date by following all Baylor Lariat socials.
We hope to see you next Friday. Until then, have a safe week, and as always, sick 'em Bears.